is John May, General Manager of Petrale Roofing, up on another customer's roof doing a free 21-point inspection. If you'd like us to take a look at your roof, give us a call today, 719-375-8773. We'd be happy to take a look and see the condition of your roof. Petrale Roofing, we're a Diamond certified TAMCO installer, which means we can offer a industry-leading 25-year workmanship warranty to give you peace of mind in the storm. Call Petrale Roofing, 719-375-8773. Schedule your free inspection today.
Good morning, crew, from the Peaks to Plains Weather Backyard here. This is brought to you by Phil Long, Ford Motor City, all of our fabulous sponsors, but the backyard made possible by F&D Landscaping and Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery on a morning that certainly is cooler than yesterday when we set some records for overnight lows. And it's still a little bit humid. You can feel that. Storms rolling across the area last evening as a cool front came into the area is going to change things up a little bit today. So thanks for starting your day here with Peaks to Plains Weather. This is Mornings with Meister. We do it every Monday through Friday morning from 6:30 until we get everything done that we need to get done. And we do have some things to do out there today because we've got more active weather on the way. So I want to start and talk about where we kind of sit here for what is going to happen today. Some of the headlines. I've got some severe storms in the forecast, at least the possibility of them. As storms move from the mountains onto the lower elevations, they'll hit a little bit more instability. They'll have an increase in surface moisture to deal with. And kind of like the couple of severe thunderstorm warnings we had last night, one for southeast El Paso County, one for eastern Pueblo County, the threat for some wind gusts between 50 and 60 miles per hour. One of the things that we will watch for on our Tuesday. The other thing is the potential for heavy rain that brings some flood concerns. Eastern Elbert County, Lincoln County around Lyman up into northeastern Colorado, a flood watch is up from 3 until 10 o'clock. Locally, one of the bigger concerns is for flash flooding in the vicinity of the Aspen Acres fire that may get a couple rounds of storms today. The storms will be moving, but they are going to be efficient rain producers. There's lots of water in the air, about 140% of normal for the time of year, which means that we've got a lot of water for the storms to work with. So let's talk about what's happening out there this morning as we get our day underway. And there are a couple things I want to make you aware of, and I haven't seen any new information on these specific things early this morning, but I want to make you aware of them. One is Chaffee County in the Browns Canyon area, where there was a new fire start yesterday due to some lightning. Chaffee County Sheriff said that some crews are going to head out this morning and try to knock that down. The other thing is called the Broachy Fire. This is off to the northwest of Kim, not too far from where the Poitry Canyon fire was early this year. It's to the west of Highway 109, to the north of County Road 48. And last evening it was at 400 acres, and there were other fire departments that were coming into the area from La Junta, from some of the communities along Highway 50, up to the north, and some of the other surrounding communities that were coming to help with this. I don't have an update early this morning, but we are hopeful that this fire, it's again off to the northwest of Kim, gets contained. There was some rain down in the area last night. I'm hopeful that that helped to kind of put that fire out. Waking up this morning, we have been cooler than yesterday when we were sitting at 76 in the Springs and Pueblo. So for parts of the plains, we're running about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago. You feel that outside this morning. It was really mild yesterday, and today, not that, it's not beautiful outside, but it's just not as warm as it was yesterday. So we sit just under 70 in Colorado Springs, and we're sitting about the same in Pueblo as well. We do have some 70s in the southeastern corner of the state, but like I said, everybody's down a little bit, and we've got 50s over the mountains. So let's talk about where things kind of sit as we start off our day. There are some clouds still here and there. As we look at the current temperatures in Colorado Springs, sitting at 64 at South Academy and I-25, and you can see a couple of those clouds there looking off to the south. Other areas this morning, up into Denver, you can see clouds. They do have 71 this morning in the Mile High City. Pueblo West, some of the clouds, and the sunrise coming up a little bit later. There's not like blazing sun there right now. So that's kind of where we sit here as we start off our day. And good news is, with the cold front that came through last night, temperatures are going to be down a little bit today. I think 100 is going to be tougher to come by. Stacy has a really important question here. She says, I am heading up to Denver for the AC/DC concert. How does it look for it? We're going to get some storms up across the Denver area today and for some of the other spots across Colorado. And so I want to jump into the short-term forecast here, because as we move through our day, it is going to be a little bit different than what we've got out there this morning. There is no doubt about that. So let me set the stage for where we are right now in terms of the large-scale pattern, because that drives, Stacy, what you're going to get in Denver tonight and what everybody else is going to get as we go through our Tuesday. We've got this big area of high pressure off to our south, and it's over northeast New Mexico early this morning, and it's going to start to kind of inch westward over the next couple of days. But before that happens and eventually shuts off or reduces some of the water that we have, I mean, we are sitting in the monsoon plume. There's a wave over Utah that is going to rotate across the area today. And there is some thicker moisture back over Arizona. You can see that here highlighted in the green. That's going to be working across the area tomorrow. Both of those things help to keep us active here the next couple of days. In fact, last night and then today and tomorrow are most active storms, and so we're going to have quite a few of them around, and they're going to be efficient rain producers, because not only do we have the monsoon in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, look at the dew points out there this morning. We are at or above 60 across eastern Colorado. So that's one of the reasons why I expect a chance of a storm or two to maybe produce some strong wind as they get going here and kind of transition from the mountains out onto the plains today. There will be a little bit more fuel for the storms to work with. It'll be a little bit more unstable, and some of the updrafts will get some pretty good downdrafts going as we start to get the rain. So you can see here, starting first over the mountains, developing and moving across the lower elevations through the middle part of the afternoon. And then as we hit the evening here, we see the storm shift east. So good news for you, Stacy, is that storms in the Denver area are probably more likely on your way up there versus anything outside this evening, because everything is going to be shifting off to the east as we head through the evening. And it's going to take some of our far eastern areas until the early morning hours of Wednesday to finally get rid of the storm. There may be some small hail there, so when I show you this severe weather threat, it's not for hail that's around an inch in diameter. It's for some of these wind gusts. But the biggest threat in terms of impacts today is going to be the heavy rain and the chance for some flash flooding like I talked about. So that's something to be aware of here. And the good news is, behind the front last night that helped to get the thunderstorms going, it's harder to hit 100 over eastern Colorado today, and that'll be the case tomorrow as well. And Colorado Springs may not hit 90 the next couple of days. Our mountain areas come down a little bit. We were in the 90s over the weekend and Monday. So that's something that improves as well. So in terms of the feel, if there's not a storm overhead, things are a little bit better here. And Wednesday kind of brings a repeat as we get storms developing first over the mountains. That moisture from Arizona is working up across the area that's a little bit thicker. And the storms drop off of the mountains down across the Front Range. There's probably another flash flood watch that'll be issued for the Aspen Acres fire on Wednesday, if I was to guess, and things shifting east again. So if a heavier storm hits you, even though they'll be moving a little bit faster than the storms we had over the weekend that weren't moving fast at all, the efficiency of how they make rain means you could get a ½ inch to an inch or so of rain. And if you get hit by a couple of storms the next couple of days, man, you may get more than an inch of rain, and that would be some good news. I know a couple of you that kind of missed out on some of the storms over the weekend and last week. Got in on some of them last night. Double-edged sword, as I've been talking about. Had a couple of lightning fire starts. There is a crew on the Aspen Acres fire that their only job is to patrol and put out any lightning-started fires that happen in the area. They might have a couple of those today, as I just said. So we will, be with you here the next couple of days. Download the Peaks Plains weather app. I was doing live coverage last night when we had that severe thunderstorm warning east of Pueblo. You get a flash flood warning today. I'll be here. Oh, by the way, Mary had her baby yesterday. She welcomed her daughter into the world, was just under 8 pounds. Rachel and I are so excited for her and her husband, and I know you all join me in wishing her congratulations. Cass hears the waterfall in the background. Yes, indeedy. I love the water feature that F&D Landscaping did for me here. And bond servant, I think. Okay. Says it feels good outside this morning. And Anne says good morning to Matt and all. And Susan says it is a very nice morning. It is a very nice morning. And thanks for starting your day with me here. I'm going to take a real short break. We'll be back with the extended forecast. You are watching Peaks to Plains Weather Mornings with Meister on this Tuesday.
Emergencies are unpredictable, but you don't have to be unprepared. Peak Alerts sends you targeted emergency alerts in real time for the places that matter to you most, so you know what's happening and what to do next. Know first, act fast. That's the power of Peak Alerts.
Employee pricing is over, but at Phil Long Ford in Motor City, American value still means something. Colorado's best season, Phil Long's biggest discounts of the year, 0% financing, no payments for 90 days. And I'll throw $1,000 towards your down payment. Plus, get a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
That's the Phil Long way.
We'll beat any deal by $750, and we'll prove it only at the original Ford store in Motor City.
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.
Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Locally owned Empire Roofing and Restoration has been repairing southern Colorado for over 30 years, and it's not just roofing. We'll repair and remodel almost anything, including siding, decks, garages, and more. Call Empire Roofing and Restoration for a free estimate.
Alrighty, it is time for a look at the extended forecast here. The Air Force Academy has the gliders up above me already. I'm up on the northwest side of Colorado Springs, and so it's an active morning. I see people out and about in the park that I can see kind of off to my east here. And it is, if you need to avoid kind of the heat and avoid the storms, the next couple of hours is a good time to be outside. Whether it's like where I'm at in the Peaks to Plains weather backyard here, to read a book, maybe to have some quiet time. If you spend some time with the Lord, it's a good time to do that. It does feel good out there this morning. And I've got my American Classic coffee, the American Dream Roast this morning. That is keeping me good. Check this out. Here's a good report. Kevin checking in from Rocky Ford and says he had 3/4 of an inch last night. That is good news. We need water across southern Colorado in a big way. And I've already broken down the next couple of days, so let's start to talk about the extended forecast here. Because things are going to change up a little bit for the weekend. And I'm going to begin here with the water vapor, which helps to show where there's moisture in the atmosphere when we don't have clouds. So we're kind of looking for the milky white, and where there's a lot of water in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, I add some color to it. And you can see that we are certainly sitting in the monsoon plume here, and that as we move through the next few days, you know, that's why we still have a chance of storms. But let's start talking about what happens as we move into the weekend, because the area of high pressure that's off to our south, it starts to change a little bit. And so you'll watch here as I take you from Thursday into Friday and the weekend that we get these closed black lines off to our west. So we begin to transition to some drier air on Thursday, and it just means we won't have as many storms around as we get the next couple of days. But by the time we hit Friday and certainly into Saturday and Sunday, with the high off to our west and northwest flow developing, we are going to get drier around here. And that means Temperatures are going to come back up. Not as hot as it was last weekend, but I do think you're going to notice it'll still be humid. We'll have low-level moisture. It's not going to be as bad as last weekend, but it is still going to be hot. It's going to be mainly dry. Then we head into early next week, and you see the little kink in the flow up across the U.S.-Canada border. That's going to try to send a cold front in here. There's some differing solutions right now about how much cool air gets here, how long it sticks around. But we also should start to see moisture increase a little bit as we move into early next week. So after storms are with us the next couple of days, over the weekend, temperatures come back up. We'll be around and into the 90s in Colorado Springs. And we're probably still pretty toasty on Monday. And then the front gets here, temperatures come back a little bit, and we'll have a couple of days early next week at least where we get a chance of some storms. Mountain areas dry out over the weekend as well. There may be a storm or two around, and if we're going to get one, those will be our best spots. But over the weekend, they'll have a different characteristic than the recent ones. They'll have higher bases, more likely to produce some gusty wind and just a little bit of rain instead of the deluges that we've had. And our temperatures will come down a little bit early next week when we get a chance of storms to come back in the forecast. Pueblo and parts of the eastern plains, we're talking triple digits again. And maybe some 104s and 105s, which is a heck of a lot better than the 110s that we've had the last few days. In fact, in Lamar, we hit 110 again yesterday. So it's just been oppressive. Cooler temps the next few days. Things are going to be better. Julie says, hello, everybody. Enjoy the slightly cooler temps and enjoy the rain. I agree with that. And Kathleen had a bit of rain in parts of Colorado Springs in the Fairfax neighborhood last night, and there is chances for you to get some heavy rain again out there today. Again, the heavier storms will put down a ½ inch to an inch or so of rain. If you get hit by a couple, maybe more than an inch, and we'll watch for 1 or 2 storms today to maybe produce some gusty wind that could prompt a flash flood warning. It's most likely in the middle to late part of the afternoon as storms are shifting from the mountains out onto the plains. That's it for me here this morning. I've got some updates to do for the 24-hour channel as we get the action rolling later today. Keep the Peaks to Plains weather app handy. We'll give you a digital shoulder tap if there's a flash flood warning, if there's a severe thunderstorm warning. It's how we let you know that we're doing some live coverage. By the way, anytime we're doing live coverage, you are welcome to come on here, join us, be part of it. It is something that we enjoy doing with you, as Peaks to Plains weather is our weather together. That's it for me this morning. Have a great Tuesday. Here's hoping that you get some rain, but not too much. Again, flood watches for parts of the Palmer Divide and northeast Colorado. A flash flood watch in effect starting at noon for the Aspen Acres fire. We'll keep a really, really close eye on that today. Have a good Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. You are on Peaks to Plains weather.
We don't know what the weather is going to be like around here. I do get really anxious during storms.
That's why they chose HailGuard. When performance leads, confidence follows. Backed by the first and only asphalt shingle system with a hail warranty.
That just gives us more peace of mind.
This is the only asphalt product on the market that has the manufacturer warranty targeting the hail damage, and it gives me a lot of confidence as a contractor.
Engineered for enhanced impact performance. Built to protect homes and reputations. HailGuard shingles. Built for hail.